life. Now, I'm going to just give you a small little, a small story about this. A number of months ago, I did a seminar. It was 10 days long. And in the seminar, I don't know, have any of you ever done this climbing a 50-foot telephone pole, and you have to stand on the pole and there's a trapeze and you jump? How many here have done that? Good, okay. So I'm at this seminar, and there's these poles, and they're on the beach in, I don't know, somewhere down in Florida. And we're on the beach, and I'm with this group of people I've never met. And they kind of put us all in groups. And it's my first day of this 10-day seminar, and we have to climb this pole. And I go, oh man, yeah, I can climb this pole. I've done this before, you know. And they're down below, and I'm harnessed up, and I have certainty, right? Yeah, I can climb the pole. And as I started climbing the pole, I'm like, holy moly, the wind is blowing on the beach. And the pole is like wobbling, and I'm going, holy. And as I'm climbing it, you know, I have my variety, because I'm thinking, holy moly, am I going to get up here? I climb up to the top, no problem. And they're yelling, go Becky, go Becky. And you know, those poles are so interesting, aren't they? Because it's around this big. And you know, I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to climb and get up here? And as they're screaming and yelling, and I'm wanting to feel significant, right? And I want to have love and connection with them because I just met them. And I'm going to go up there, and I go to do it, and then all of a sudden, boom, I fall. And I don't get up to the top. And they're going, yeah, Becky, and you know, I'm coming down. And I come down, and I'm humiliated. I'm like, oh man, I really suck. And they're like, oh, you're great, and they hand me this button. And I put it on, and you're supposed to wear it on your shirt through the whole 10 days. And it says, I jumped. And I'm thinking, oh man, yeah, I jumped. I fell, I jumped, right? So, and then you know my husband, Larry, he's awesome. He's like, oh, Becky, you rock, you're great. And we walk along the beach, and I go, you know, honey, I said, I feel so crappy. I said, I really, you know, I was so distracted. They distracted me. I just wanted them to shut up down there yelling, go Becky, go. And then he's like, I said, and then I didn't do it. You know, I couldn't get centered. He goes, oh man, it's just like your life, isn't it? You get pulled by the kids, you get pulled by the practice, and you can't stay in your center. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. And I was so happy I felt, because I got to grow, right? I got to grow and say, oh man, you know, that's true. It's not about me being significant as much as it is about me really growing and being able to then contribute. So let's take a look at a couple things here. When we look at these 6 human needs that we just went over, there's four classes of experience where we meet our 6 human needs, okay? So let's talk about them for a minute, all right? This is me in Florida. That's this weekend, right? I was just telling you, I just got done running. So I want to talk to you about the 4 classes. The first class of experience is class 1. And what is class 1? Class 1 is we do something and it feels good, it's good for you, it's good for others, and it serves a greater good. So when I ski, I love skiing. You drop me off, I get off that gondola, I get off that chairlift, and man, I could be going down moguls and I could just skiing away. I feel good, it's good for me, it's good for others, and it's good for the greater good, isn't it? That's a class 1 experience when we do that. That meets our 6 human needs. Now, the next one is a class 2 experience. A class 2 experience is it does not feel good, but it's good for us, it's good for others, and it's good for the greater good. Okay? Now, I used to be with C.J. Mertz, and with the waiting list practice years ago, and you go on this like retreat with him for 4 days, and he goes, you know, we're going to go out for a run. And I didn't run then, I run now. and we go out for a run, and 12 and a half miles later, we're done. And I felt like doo-doo. It did not feel good, but it was good for me, it was good for others, and it was good for the greater good. When we can take these experiences and you live out of class 1 and class 2 experiences, your life will be outstanding. Let's look at class 3. Class 3 is where most of us live. This is where addiction is. This is why we drink. This is why we do drugs. This is why we overeat. This is why we watch too much TV. It feels good, but it's not good for you. It's not good for others, and it's not good for the greater good. So sometimes I go home and I veg out in front of the television till like 3 or 4 in the morning watching a Netflix series and eat crappy food for hours. And my whole family's asleep and I feel great. That's this. That's my thing. You could drink, do whatever the heck you do. I don't drink. But anyway, I do that. I eat crappy foods and watch TV late at night sometimes. That's a class 3. This is where most people live, and this is a problem, okay? Because we're trying to meet our 6 human needs through this class 3 experience. Class 4. Does not feel good, it's not good for you, it's not good for others, and it's not good for the greater good. So I used to be chronically late. Am I chronically late anymore?
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not chronically.
So here's the deal with me. I'd be chronically late. And you know, we have a big deal in our office. And I'm chronically late. It doesn't feel good. It's not good for me, not good for others, not good for the greater good. So I said to my staff, I'm going to pay you all $5. I'm sick of living in a class 4 experience. Every time I'm late, I pay you $5, and I got a lot of staff. So I did this 2 times, and I've been on time ever since. Okay? So whatever class 4 experience you got going for you, time to change it. All right. So when you change a habit, you got to replace it with a good habit. All right? You know this. So I just want to end by letting you know that my husband, Larry, is awesome. Because if he wasn't who he was, if he didn't live in that triad that we just talked about, with his words, with his physiology, with his focus, I would not be here today. Because a friend of mine said to me 25, 28 years ago, a chiropractor is giving a lay talk. And he's requiring me to bring someone. And she brought me. And I went, and he talked about a peanut butter jelly sandwich, how you eat it, and the body is so smart and innate. Intelligence takes all the nutrients and puts it into your cells and tissues and wastes the rest, and it's so smart. And this whole thing called chiropractic came into my world. And that's because he lived the principle. And it made a difference for me, and I have an outstanding life because of it. And I hope that you too can have an outstanding life. Thank you.